Welcome to this video on solid-state devices. In this module, we will explore semiconductor basics and the behavior of excess carriers. Semiconductors bridge the gap between metals and insulators. We can control their conductivity by adjusting temperature, optical excitation, or through the process of doping. We utilize two main material types: elemental semiconductors like silicon, the industry standard for computing, and compound semiconductors like gallium arsenide, which is often used for lasers. The band gap defines a material's electronic properties. While insulators have a large gap, metals have overlapping bands, allowing electrons to move freely. Semiconductors fall in the middle. Electrical current requires two types of charge carriers: free electrons in the conduction band and the positively charged holes left behind in the valence band. The crystal lattice modifies an electron's response, leading to the concept of effective mass. Different materials, like gallium arsenide versus silicon, cause electrons to accelerate at different rates. Doping allows us to transition from a pure, intrinsic semiconductor to an extrinsic one by intentionally adding foreign atoms, which dramatically increases conductivity. Doping shifts charge balance. N-type doping adds donor atoms for free electrons, while P-type doping uses acceptor atoms to create holes. Throughout this, the material remains electrically neutral. The Fermi level indicates the probability of electron occupation. Doping pushes this level, moving it up toward the conduction band in N-type or down toward the valence band in P-type. At thermal equilibrium, the mass action law holds, meaning the product of electron and hole concentrations is constant. Increasing one type of carrier forces the other to decrease. When we introduce external energy like light or voltage, we break equilibrium and generate excess carriers, causing the mass action law to fail as the system enters a steady state. As excited carriers recombine, they release energy in the form of light. This process is known as luminescence and is the fundamental principle behind technologies like LEDs. Efficiency varies by material. Direct recombination materials like gallium arsenide emit light efficiently, whereas indirect materials like silicon typically release energy as heat. When excess carriers are present, we use two quasi-Fermi levels to track excited electrons and holes separately, allowing us to measure how far the system is from equilibrium. To summarize, these are the essential equations for Module 1, covering intrinsic concentration, mass action, charge neutrality, Fermi-Dirac statistics, and carrier decay.